Hey boys and girls, welcome to another flip video. Like I said in last night's video, that was part 1, so tonight is part 2. This is going to be the same concept, just a second way. This is a way to do it without a calculator in case you ever want to run into a situation that you won't have a calculator. Again, so you see which fractions are equivalent, and we're still going to be identifying what fractions they are, and then instead of doing with a calculator, we'll just identify the butterfly method, the cross multiplication, to see which ones are equivalent. So I'm going to go and figure out what each fraction is. This first one is 3/4. This next one is 1/2. This one down here is 3/6. And then this last one is 1/3. So what I do is I set up butterflies with each and every one. So I'll need 3/4 and 1/2. I'll need 3/4 and 3/6. And then 3/4 and 1/3. And you won't necessarily have to do 4 for each one because you'll see they'll start to get eliminated. So then on butterfly, 3/4 is 4 and 6. So then I know that 3/4 is not equivalent to the 1/2. So 3/4 and 3/6 is 12. 3 and 6 is 18. So I know that the 3/4 is not equivalent to the 3/6. And so then I move over to this one. And I do 4 and 1 is 4, 3 and 3 is 9, and so I see that's equivalent. So I see that this one is not equivalent to anything. Now I move over to the 1/2. Now with 1/2, I don't have to do it with this one because I already did it with this one right here, but I need to check it with the rest. So I'll have to do it with the 3/6. And the 1/2 and the 1/3. So I have a lot less to do there. So I do 2 and 3 is 6, 6 and 1 is 6. So I know that this one and this one are going to be equivalent. And so I see 2 and 1 is 2, 3 and 1 is 3, and so that means that the 1/2 is not equivalent to the 1/3. Now I move on to the 3/6. Now the 3/6, the only one I have to do is this one, because this has already been done with this one up here. So you see it gets a little slightly easier as it goes on. So I do 3/6 and 1/3. 6 and 1 is 6. 3 and 3 is 9. So those don't match. Now when I get to the 1/3, I've already checked them with all of them. I checked the 1/3 and 1/2 right here. Checked the 1/3 and 1/2 right here. And I checked the 3/6 and the 1/3 right here. So I don't actually have to do any more work. So I know that one doesn't match with anything. So this one and this one match with each other. So you see the first problem, you're going to have a lot of butterflies, you're going to have a couple less, and then you're going to have one, and then you're not going to have to do any because you've already checked them all. Alright, in this work through it example, I've given you fractions on number lines as a great review. Remember, you do need to count the 0 as the number line. So figure out which two are equivalent to each other using the butterfly method, and then we'll check it together. So let's go through and identify these fractions. So this would be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, which means zeros are all fourths. So this fraction is a 1/4 here. Then this is a 0, 1, 2, 3, which makes these all thirds. So that means that's a 2/3. This is a 0, 1, 2, which means these are all halves. Makes that a 1/2 itself. And then we've got a lot here, but we've got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, making these all eighths. Let's see if I can squeeze it in here. I think I can. I'm almost there. Almost there. Gonna get a little tight here. And then that one makes that one a 2/8. I'll put that one down below here. Now I gotta go back and I gotta butterfly. So with 1/4, I'll have to do the 2/3. I'll have to do 1/4 and 1/2. And I will have to do 1/4 and 2/8. So now let's get to the butterfly. So we've got 4 and 2 is 8. 3 and 1 is 3. Those obviously don't match, so it's not going to go with this one right here. 1 and 4 is 4. 2 and 1 is 2, so it doesn't match with the one beneath it. 2 and 4 is 8. 8 and 1 is 8, so I know that this one and this one do match. But it doesn't match with any of the other ones. So now I'll have to do 2/3 and 1/2 and 2/3 and 2/8. Again, I don't have to do that first one because I already did it right here. So 3 and 1 is 3. 2 and 2 is 4. It doesn't match with that one. 3 and 2 is 6. 8 and 2 is 16. Both have a 6 in the one's place value, but 16 is 10 greater than 6. So those ones don't match. Now I've got one final one to do. I've got 1/2 and 2/8. 1/2, 2/8. That's a 4. That's an 8. 4 is half of 8, or 4 times 2 is 8. But unfortunately it doesn't match. And I don't have to butterfly this one with this one because I already did it here, or with here. And then here, I don't have to do any of them because I've already done it, either here or here or here. So I know conclusively that this one up here is equivalent to this one down here. Which brings us to our bring back to school problem, and we're back to pictures of fractions here. So you need to identify all 4 fractions and then butterfly all of those to figure it out, and then we'll walk from there. So again, this is just a second method to do it because I like to give you more than one method. If you have a calculator, it might be easier to use a calculator, but it's also very important to know this, how to do it by hand. So this is part 2, and I'll see you in the morning.